All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about Terence Crawford absolutely bugging out and really kind of exposing himself as being one of the people that are causing a lot of drama in the sport of boxing. As he comes out mad that people are friends with people that he's not friends with. Let's talk about this incredibly childish text and how it relates to boxing in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, man, now I get it, now I get it, now I get it. Boxing can be so petty. And Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis, in my personal opinion, over the last couple weeks, have showed exactly how petty boxing can be. As Terence Crawford jumps out and says, "If you are friends with a friend of mine, you're no friend of mine." Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for what you do for the channel. It really makes a huge difference. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super chats and in the super thanks of videos like this, because man, that's what keeps it going. You know what I mean? $1 in the super thanks is worth 100 views, and if $10 in the super chat is worth 1,000 views. And so thank you guys to everybody that kind of amp up your participation in that fashion. But let's get into this, man, because I am just been watching Bud Crawford and Gervonta Davis for a while, man. And there is a very toxic environment in boxing right now. One where it is pretty much you're either with me or you're against me, right? If you say anything about Gervonta Davis, if you listen to people comment about Gervonta Davis, it's either you love him or you hate him. But if you go around to enough comment sections and leave positive comments about Gervonta Davis, do you know what you'll find? You will find yourself being attacked by people for just simply being a fan of Gervonta Davis, simply being a fan of Gervonta Davis, simply supporting him. You're going to have people running at you, talking all kind of bad about you, right? And why is that? It's because obviously, you know, it's a with me or against me sport. But there's a lot of bots and there's a lot of other communities of fighters that are pit against each other. So when I saw Terence Crawford's message, I thought to myself, man, Terence Crawford is one of these guys that causes this stupid problem where you can't have a constructive conversation about somebody, or you're going to get blackballed, or some type of pushback is going to come your way. So to be specific, what Bud said was, any friend of, he said me, but I'm going to substitute the word mine for me so it can be a little bit more grammatically correct. Any friend of mine that is friends with an enemy of mine is no friend of mine. Let me repeat that. He says, any friend of mine that is friends with an enemy of mine is no friend of mine. I would like for all of you to put that into practical application and think what that would mean for you if you, say, went to high school with Terence Crawford. If you went to high school with Terence Crawford, that means nobody in that high school that Terence Crawford doesn't like are you allowed to be around. Is this or is this not mean cheerleader girl activity? Absolutely it is. If you go look at any of those like romantic comedies or the teenage coming of age movies where you've got the preppy girl who was, the bad girl that everybody wants to go to her parties, and she's figuring out who's going to be good enough to hang in their crew and who's not good enough to hang in their crew. And if you hang out with the wrong person, you can't sit at the lunch table with me. That nonsense. So now that Bud thinks he's sitting on top of the boxing world, he's going to put out a proclamation that anybody that wants to be around the great Bud Crawford has to only be loyal to Bud Crawford. Let me tell you, that is absolutely ridiculous for a grown man to have that mentality. I do not care. And unless you are sitting in North just unless you're sitting on a corner somewhere in North Omaha slinging something, I don't think that you necessarily should be having that type of attitude. But again, it explains a lot. It explains why he wouldn't do any business with he didn't want to do any business with Al Heyman for all of that time, going through all kind of mechanisms to make sure that he gets advantages in every particular way that he can negotiate something. Just absolutely immature, unnecessary, over-the-top garbage. But hey, man, that's what we get in boxing. But on the other side of it, you do have Gervonta Davis's, right? Gervonta Davis shows no loyalty to a fan, whether or not you like him or whether you hate him. Most of the time, and that's funny too, because I think Bud is that way a lot as well. Like, he doesn't have any real appreciation for the people that support him on a daily basis. The only people that he really puts attention on are the people that do not give him the attention that he wants, do not say the things about him that he wants to hear, so that it can serve as motivation, right? Separation, motivation, all of that stuff coming from conflict and disagreements, man, never really pans out well. But we'll see how all of this stuff goes for Bud. The only thing that I really hope Bud keeps his eyes and ears out for is this FBI investigation, dog, that I've told y'all was going on. Do not think that all of this stuff going on between the NBA having illegal gambling rings in the NBA, illegal gambling rings in Major League Baseball. You got accusations of fixed fights in the UFC. Please don't think that this stuff ain't going to come back to boxing. And when somebody starts getting all sensitive about who you're hanging out with and what you're doing, man, maybe you just trying to make sure that ain't nobody going to, turn coat on you and expose maybe some of the stuff that you were doing that you shouldn't have been doing. But it's going to be an interesting thing over the next year to see how this plays out. God willing, and I live long enough, I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff is going to pan out after fighters' boxing careers are over. Because, hey, man, when you're on top and there's a lot of money that can be made off you, sometimes people will let stuff slide. But they'll sit around and wait until the smoke clears to hold you responsible for what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's just wild stuff out here in the boxing world. But I told you these guys were going to be investigating people and that there are going to be people going to jail. Whether it's a boxer, I hope that it's not a major name. But it wouldn't be the first time that a boxer went to jail for some foolishness. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.